This review will be based on 5 different categories: gameplay, visuals, sound, overall substance, and presentation, and each one will be weighted according to its significance. Alrighty, let's get started. Gameplay: controls, difficulty, feel, mechanics, and balance. But first... Heihachi. Heihachi, where are you? Heihachi? Not in the game room? Heihachi. Oh shit, there he is. Apparently he's hiding in this wrestling game. So the controls are very responsive, and it feels good to land the moves and everything. There's so many different moves, it's kind of wild for each character, and they all fight so differently. And one of the new mechanics known as heat, you can use the heat smash to extend your combo. You can either do it in the middle of a combo or at the end. Like here I use the heat smash at the end, for example. And then there's recoverable health. You'll see like a little meter behind the yellow meter to the left, where you can actually recover it if you attack, little by little. And you'll see here, if I do a heat move, it'll actually recover all of that health back. See that? Now I'm nice and healthy. So a lot of moves will automatically put you in heat. You'll just have to experiment or check the move list and find out what does what, and try to use it to your advantage. And then the special style menu makes it easier for beginners to just do moves that look cool. You can see here mashing triangle just does a pretty good aerial combo. So gameplay gets a 9 from me. Visuals: effects, character design, overall graphical prowess, and detail. Wow, just look at the detail on this Kazuya right here. One of his eyes is red and everything. The character models look pretty good as well as the effects when they do the moves, like that heat smash right there. The backgrounds look nice. The close-ups when they do their rage art, and the animation when it hits, of course. Like, it pretty much does a very good-looking cutscene, and definitely helps with the experience, that's for sure. And then each character, will have different head effects and animations, and it looks pretty smooth. And even the people in the background don't look terrible. And there's some destructible objects like that. And yeah, it's very visually pleasing overall. Then there's Arcade Quest, which, obviously they're kind of supposed to look a little different, not super realistic, but, it looks okay. So the visuals get a 9.25. Next up, sound, SFX, OST, and voices. The menu music's pretty good. The character select music is okay too. It has the same type of theme as the menu music at least. Here's one of the better stage themes in my opinion. Also, all of the moves are pretty satisfying to land. The sound effects help. The heat smashes, the rage arts, they all sound pretty good. And the characters' voices, sometimes they're talking or making noises as they're doing the moves, and, that adds to the game too. And a lot of different languages are actually represented by the cast of characters too. There's Spanish, Japanese, English, French, German, Chinese, etc. here's Jack 8 messing with Kazuya and making noises and stuff while doing so. And this stage has music as well. Another thing that helps this category get a good score is the jukebox. You don't have to listen to the same songs over and over. You can choose to listen to music from almost any of the Tekken games. This gives the game quite a list of tracks to listen to. I'm definitely going to be visiting the jukebox more than once in a blue moon. So sound will get a 9.25. Next up, overall substance, modes, character stages, story, etc. First off, there's a lot of different things you can do in practice mode, such as combo challenges and whatnot. And then another thing I didn't touch on yet is character episodes. You have to unlock some of them, like Jun Kazama, I believe, and Reina. But the only thing is, I feel like this and arcade battle are kind of the same thing, where you just fight a series of opponents. And then another thing you can get fairly deep into is character customization. You can change their outfit. And there's a lot you can do with that, like if you pick Jin, for example, you can do, their clothing, their entire, or just their legs or arms or head or shoes or whatever. And some of them you have to buy, but it's super easy to get money. And then one of the modes that's actually kind of different is Tekken Ball. It's not the first time that it's been in a Tekken game, but it's cool to have it back. It's not super in-depth or anything, but yeah, there's this. So as far as the amount of characters, 32 is pretty good to start. I know they're adding Eddie. And then there's 16 stages right now, which is already pretty good even if they don't add any. And then Arcade Quest is basically another story mode that has a bunch of built-in tutorials. This is probably better for beginners to start with. You basically play as a character that you customize the appearance of, and you go to all these different places and try to become the best Tekken 8 player, basically. And then you can go to these areas where you walk around and talk to people and battle people or whatever and hone your skills or whatever. So it's kind of neat. And then as far as the main story mode goes, it's longer than Tekken 7's story, and it's a lot better because it actually has cinematic cutscenes, and I enjoyed it a lot. It definitely adds a lot to the gaming experience, and it's not a bad story either. It continues off of Tekken 7 in it. I won't say any spoilers, but it definitely should satisfy most players. And then as you can see, Kazuya seems to have fire resistance as well as his clothing. So there's that. So in summary, there's story mode, character episodes, practice versus arcade battle, arcade quest, Tekken Ball, Tekken Fight Lounge, ranked match, quick match, player match, tournaments, and leaderboards. Character customization, avatar, player customization, in the jukebox. So Substance gets an 8.5. Next up, presentation, UI, themes, storytelling, etc. So the UI is pretty interesting, pretty unique. The whole Kazuya's body thing in different parts of the menu. And then if you go into the play data, I'll say the text is kind of small if your TV isn't big, but then the cutscenes, speaking of presentation, the cinematic cutscenes are very good visually, very good, and it gets pretty hype. It's pretty intense. So the presentation, as far as that goes, is probably where most of the points are going to come from, with the score I give it. Just take a look at these, they're so cool. Oh, and there are special intros, including the best one.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, presentation gets a 9 just for that. So the moment of truth. The truth according to me. The overall score of the review. So for each category, here were their scores, and overall, taking the weights into account, it is roughly 8.96. So in other words, this is a great game. Good job to the development team, and I look forward to putting several hours into this game, at the very least. Thank you so much for watching. And see you next time if there is one. Farewell.